What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the heartbreaking reaction from WWE superstars due to the releases, the real reason why Braun Strowman was released, CM Punk blasted WWE releasing more wrestlers, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the first story. Now, our first story looks at the heartbreaking reactions from WWE superstars to the recent releases. Now, the WWE blindsided wrestlers and fans alike on 2nd June when it announced the releases of Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Murphy, Ruby Riott and Santana Garrett, but it appears the wrestlers who are future endeavored are taking it all in stride. Consider some of the release wrestlers' responses, beginning with Braun Strowman. "What a chapter in life. Thank you." Buddy Murphy tweeted, "So today ends my 8 years with WWE. What a crazy ride. Highest of highs, lowest of lows, but whether I had 3 minutes or 20 minutes, I put all my effort into my performances. Nothing is hard when all you want to do is wrestle, but you can't. In my opinion, I haven't even hit my peak yet. I'm excited to see what the next adventure holds. I was lucky enough to work with some of the best talent in the world and learned a tremendous amount. But trust me, the whole world would know what I meant by best kept secret. Thank you all." Santana Garrett kept it simple, saying thank you WWE. Aleister Black invited fans to talk with him and his wife Thea Trinidad, aka Zelina Vega's Twitch stream, saying, "I'm gathering my thoughts as this was a complete left field for me, as obviously we had just started the Dark Father character, but this was it. Thank you so much WWE Universe for allowing me to create and give you small bits of myself." The Dutch Destroyer discussed his release on Twitch.
"I am not sad. I am not depressed. I'm okay. I'm sure there's going to be I'm sure that it's going to be, it's going to be dark days for me, and it's going to be bad days. And, it's all kind of up and down. And I think we should have a nice conversation.
Lana thanked the fans with this tweet, "I will never forget the fans and the love they showed me, whether it was a tank, power suits, flags, Crush, Rusev, 900 partners, weddings or tables. I tried to always entertain you and definitely elevated me. Thank you." Liv Morgan tweeted on her Riot Squad partner Ruby Riott, who has also competed as Heidi Lovelace. She mentioned, "Whoever is lucky enough to get Heidi Lovelace on the roster, you win." Ruby Riott hasn't posted about her release as of this writing of this video, but Alexa Bliss tweeted a heartbreaking reaction with a Heartbroken saying terrible. Seth Rollins joined in and said, "And today it makes me feel even more heartbroken." A number of superstars and former superstars tweeted words of encouragement, including Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder. "Every one of those people will be fine. Work hard, be you, be successful, be your own boss, have fun." Cash Willie tweeted, "You're all going to do great, keep your heads up." Lana's tag team partner Naomi wished her well via Twitter, saying, "I'm always your friend, bestie, sis, no matter what." Lana's husband Miro didn't miss the chance to comment on Lana's time in the WWE, tweeting, "You can't soar with the eagles if you're hanging with the turkeys." Miro has been critical of how the WWE has used her in the last year, all but burying the ravishing Russian. But Miro isn't alone in his sentiments towards how the WWE has handled its talent, as we'll next see, as CM Punk and others blast WWE. Now, not everyone was as subdued in their response to the WWE releasing more talent. When a fan pointed out how much great talent that WWE has yet fails to use, former WWE superstar CM Punk answered with an awesome analogy. "It's like a movie with a blockbuster budget and cast, but if it's written by creatively bankrupt nincompoops specifically for an audience of one, in a language nobody understands anymore, it's trash. But people watch it because they like movies." It doesn't take much to read between the lines and see who the audience of one is. While Punk's comments aren't anything new, they are a succinct sentiment on why the WWE fails and why fans continue tuning in. Punk wasn't alone with some caustic comments concerning the releases. Former WWE announcer Renee Young tweeted, "What a horrible mismanagement of some really talented people." Fans can be certain this is only the beginning of the wrestlers' reactions to the releases, and the released WWE superstars may be less kind once their no-compete clause expires. Next up, the real reason why Braun Strowman was released. And while the WWE's recent rash of releases surprised many, the release of main eventer Braun Strowman was particularly puzzling to people who wondered how a man who recently main evented WrestleMania Backlash could be future endeavored just 2 weeks later. While there may be extenuating circumstances, such as the Monster Among Men's frequent injuries, the main motivator seems to be money. In 2019, Braun Strowman signed a 4-year deal with the WWE, with Fightful Select reporting the big man was being paid over $1 million a year. Although there's no denying that Strowman is one of the best big men in the industry, there's also no denying that the WWE has struggled to book him consistently, whether it's losses to Sami Zayn, frequent turns, or a sustained push. While Strowman isn't responsible for how he's being used, WWE President Nick Khan likely saw Strowman's $1 million salary and figured why pay someone so much who bounces in and out of the main event. Meltzer elaborated further during the recent Wrestling Observer Radio, observing how newcomer Omos is much larger than Strowman and much cheaper. All of a sudden, Braun Strowman at a legitimate 6'6" when you got Omos, who is the new toy, who is 7'3". Braun Strowman's big thing was that he had size and power, and now they're going with a new giant. He can't be the giant anymore when you got this guy who is legitimately 9 inches taller than him. Granted, Strowman's got a big body and everything like that, but you can only do the giant thing when you're a giant of the company on the brand, but he isn't that guy anymore. Meltzer also noted the arrival of Aziz on SmackDown and that McMahon saw Strowman's best days of having passed him. It was expressed to me that he was 2 years past his peak and he was getting a higher salary, and that was the issue with him. Naturally, Omos' current wrestling ability is so poor that he makes the great Khali look like Lou Thez, but that hasn't stopped the WWE before, and it likely won't, as they're saving money with Strowman. Strowman's release is another reminder of the days of the WWE paying boatloads of money for wrestlers to do little or nothing, unless your name is Brock Lesnar. Next up, WWE releasing more wrestlers. The WWE's latest cuts have fans and wrestlers alike wondering if anyone is safe. After all, if the WWE is looking to trim its payroll, there are a number of wrestlers ranging from the PC trainees to main roster performers who aren't being used as much. In fact, Andrew Zarian of the Matman podcast thinks it's only a matter of time before more wrestlers are cut. Zarian commented, "I would say some more cuts to be announced in the coming weeks. Expect some more cuts." Ringside News' Felix Upton threw out some names that fans might see future endeavored, including Keith Lee, Liv Morgan, and Jeff Hardy. Come on, Jeff is safe, let's be fair. Do you think the WWE is going to release any more superstars, and if so, whom? Now, we also have another reason for WWE releasing a mass number of wrestlers this year, so be sure to check out our video tonight at 11 PM UK time. And finally, Aleister Black's Tearful tale. Last but not least, a wrestler's dreams of championship gold can be derailed by anything ranging from an injury to a pandemic. During his appearance on Twitch, Aleister Black shared his sad story of how he was supposed to win the United States Championship. Funny story, there was a moment where I was actually supposed to win the US title, but then Vince's consensus were, I don't want to have him have his first title win in front of no audience. So there was always good stuff going on. Like, there's a lot of good stories, a lot of almost happened moments, so I can't be negative. There's no telling how Aleister's career might have gone had the pandemic not happened, as he was a rising star on Raw. But there you have it, guys, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.